Greetings to all. During the lockdown, I came across an interesting piece of write-up by Professor Julia Kind. The essential is invisible to the eyes. The wisdom of the little prince in lockdown. This piece of write-up gave me a curiosity to go back and read the old fable, The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupery. This is also taken as a movie. While reading the book, I had a lot of picturization and I thought I'll go watch the movie as well to see whatever I picturized has come out really well or it has gone beyond. In line with few of the thoughts which are explained by Professor Julia Kind, I would like to add a few points and share it with you all. Let me begin with a few questions. Who are you? Or who am I? What do you see? Or what do I see? The book opens with a situation where the narrator is lost in a vast desert. The narrator portrays him as a pilot. His plane's motor is broken and he has nowhere else to go. In the book, there is an interesting portion which says, "The first night, then I went to sleep on the sand, 1,000 miles away from any human habitation. I was more isolated than a shipwrecked sailor on a raft in the middle of an ocean." The scenario tells us that the narrator is lost, he is in an uncertain time. If I had come across this write-up before COVID or say pre-COVID, I would have left it just like that. But putting myself in the position of the narrator right now, I feel I'm also in a place where there are a lot of uncertainties. Narrator with no hope slept on the sand in the vast desert. Next day morning, suddenly out of nowhere, a boy is beside him. A little prince, that's what he called him. He has come from a faraway planet and he does not belong to Earth. Then the narrator and the boy, they have a good conversation which goes to the next few days, and then that builds into a beautiful friendship or a relationship. The prince, after leaving his planet, he traveled to 6 other planets. The first one of a king, and there was nobody else. He wanted everybody to be his slave. Second, he went to a planet of a conceited man who expected praise from everybody. He wanted to be the most admirable person on the planet, but that planet was also not habitable. Thirdly, he went to a businessman who was counting all the stars, but he was not able to appreciate the beauty of the stars. He tried to capture all those stars and box it near to him. Then he went to a drunkard who was trying to forget whatever he did through drinking. After that, he visited an elderly geographer. He is also an interesting character. The geographer has read about a lot of things around the world, but he has never gone to these places or he has never seen any of those things that is recorded. The geographer advises the boy to visit planet Earth. He tells his race is an ephemeral being and it is not recorded anywhere. Thus, the boy was advised to visit planet Earth. Let us now closely examine the characters that we discussed. The narrator is trying to portray different individuals in different contexts, but they are all having a similar characteristic. They are all trying to live in a world of their own, a little world built by them. Let's take the king. King is in a planet where he expects everybody to come and be a subject. He wants everybody to be under him for his self-gain. Haven't we met people like that? Let's take a look at the conceited man. He expects to get praise for everything from everyone. He wants to be the most admirable person on his planet. Aren't we forgetting something here? The breath of life of a human being is not in our own hands, but it's in the Creator's hands. So who are we supposed to give all the praises to? We are owed to give all the praises to the Creator. But humans expect everything to be given to them. We expect and we seek praises. Let's move to the businessman. He is somebody who is not able to appreciate the beauty. He looks at the stars. He is not able to see the beauty of it. He is trying to count all of them. He is trying to capture one by one and keep it safely within him. Isn't this similar to how human beings try to be materialistic? We try and run to go and grab things from everywhere possible to make our survival safe or our existence safe. Another interesting character, the elderly geographer, who lives in his shell and judges everyone else. He, with his little knowledge, is trying to advise the boy. Haven't we met people who does not remove the speck in their eyes but judges others, who give opinions to others? Now let's go back to the story. The boy reaches the planet Earth. He lands in a desert, thinking it is uninhabitable. Walking a little forward, he meets a snake. The snake is talking to him and telling that if you allow me to bite you, you can go back to the planet. The boy was a little surprised. But the boy wants to go back to his planet. Thus, he allows the snake to bite him. This is what the book tells. But in the movie, there is an extended dimension to the same scene depicted. The snake bites the boy, and after being bitten, the boy loses his innocence. He, like every other human being, is searching for jobs. He is working under all the 6 characters that we mentioned, the king, the businessman, the geographer, trying to safeguard his positions, trying to be someone or trying to belong somewhere. The dialogue between the boy and the snake, can we relate this to something else? The crafty snake is not a new story to us. From the beginning of the creation, man has fallen to this half-light truths. He has fallen for the temptations, and man has always tried to build his kingdom over the kingdom of God. Aren't we forgetting our roots? Where are we heading to? What is our role here on earth? Or what is our purpose? And what is the time that we have on this earth? The entire humanity is running a race to safeguard his or her possessions and positions, to praise and to be pleased. What did you earn? More stress, pressure, tension, anger, depression? Take a break and think. Instead, if you gained peace, joy, rest, isn't it beautiful? As Professor Julia Kint mentions, the lockdowns cuts back our radius of actions. Even though many of our activities are taking place online, a lot of the usual interactions are not taking place. The way we commute, the way we talk to people, it's all different now. The lockdown has given us a chance to look within and introspect, to look around what is close to our homes and enjoy. In this process of viewing yourself in a mirror, it is going to be slightly hard. When you see yourself in the mirror, you can think of your pre-COVID days and relate to those characters that we discussed in The Little Prince. You might feel resemblance to the king, the businessman, the geographer, and it will be slightly hard to admit than you prepared. The book has a saying, "The people where you live," the little prince said, "grow 5,000 roses in one garden, yet they don't find what they are looking for." The Little Prince is a story about looking and seeing what you pretend to see or what you expect to see. This is also a story where grown-ups and children look the world in different perspectives or different views. There is also another saying in the book which really interested me. Men, said the little prince, set out on their way in express trains, but they do not know what they are looking for. Then they rush about and get excited and turn round and round. If we reassess the moments that we raced to conquer our positions, we will understand that we forgot to see what is around us, to enjoy and appreciate the beauty of the nature, to hear the sounds of the birds, to inhale. Let us look around the world and start to appreciate it. But to that, you need to have a preparedness. These days of lockdown is giving you a chance, a second chance, to look within yourself and introspect. As the fox said in the book, and now here is my secret, a special secret. It is only with the heart one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. To see the invisible is a conscious effort. It is more than seeing. It is to experience and feel the presence. And for that, one should be able to overcome his self and leave the material possessions. Thank you.